You haven't consumed any alcohol since then?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
He's a habitual liar. He told you he didn't drink. Last week, I went in for major surgery. He left for 4.5 hours. Came back totally drunk on his ass. I'm sick and I'm done.
Mr. Fay, I'm going to ask you one more time. When's the last time you consumed alcohol?
This man, Mr. Fay, got sloshed, went out to get another pint of booze, and crashed his car. Then he left the scene. He's in court today to answer for his crime, and he thinks he's gonna walk out of there with a slap on the wrist. Not so fast, Fay. His ex-wife of 40 years and his own daughter both reach out to Judge DiSanto. His daughter had written a letter, unbeknownst to him, and his ex-wife stands up in court to reveal bombshell information that makes Judge DiSanto throw the brakes on his slap on the wrist. Let's roll, nerds.
Let's go on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Daniel Fay, 25774. All right, today is the date scheduled in this matter regarding the your client's plea to an amended charge of failed to report an accident. Failed to stop or identify after a property damage accident was dismissed by way of resolution with between counsel. The court will first say, sir, thank you for your service to our country.
You're welcome.
And counsel, did you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, we have gone over it, and he tells me it is factually accurate. Just briefly, to elevate his behalf, Your Honor, he's 70 years old, divorced, but he presently lives with his ex-wife. They have a good relationship. And Your Honor, he, as the court stated, he was a longtime veteran, both of the Navy and the Air National Guard, sir?
Yes.
And he still participates, volunteers, and the like. Your Honor, he is presently retired, is that correct, sir? But you're still active with the military services, is that right?
No, I work with veterans groups.
Okay, that's what I meant. You're volunteering your time regarding that. Your Honor, we would hope the court would adopt the recommendations, give my client a chance on probation. I mentioned that he's eligible for early termination. The court will tell you about that, sir. He's going to need some time to pay fines and costs, Your Honor. Are you going to pay anything today, sir?
I pay it all.
Oh, well, we'll see what it is then. That will leave in the court's discretion as a sentence, Your Honor.
All right, sir. When's the last time you consumed any alcohol?
When I was around.
You haven't consumed any alcohol since then?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Judge, can I please address the court?
Yes, I'll have you step forward, ma'am. I know this is a little bit unusual, counsel, because she's not maybe the victim in this matter, but I will give her an opportunity to address the court. Ma'am, what is your name for the record, please?
My name is Annette Louise Vargo.
Okay, and what is your relationship to the case?
I've been with him for 4 years.
Okay,
Got divorced in 2012, but he never left.
okay. And you said you've been with him for 4 years. So 2012 is more than 4 years ago.
About 40.
Oh, 40. I'm so very sorry. Okay. So, ma'am, what would you like this court to know?
I'd like the court to know that he's been to Betty Ford twice. After 30 days, he's convinced them that he's all set. He can come home and he can not drink. Well, I'm going home. Get in the car and we go get some booze and he drinks. So I kept telling the people at Betty Ford, he's got to stay longer. He's lying to you. He can actually lie. Anyways, I feel that he needs to go there for at least 90 days so that he can get past the DTs and he can get past where he thinks he's so smart that he can just leave. I think that also that you should put a breathing thing on his car because he's a habitual liar. He told you he didn't drink. Last week on the 30th, I went in for major surgery. He went there with me as my representative, as a person who could sign if something happened in surgery. My 2 girlfriends who are here in the court with me, they went with me too. He left as soon as they took me back for surgery. He left for 4.5 hours. Came back totally drunk on his ass.
Okay, well,
Here is my friend,
just remember, ma'am, you're still in court, so you have to
Oh, sorry.
choose a different word. That's okay.
and totally drunk that he didn't even, couldn't walk, wasn't making sense. My friends can testify to that. Of course, I was in recovery. He asked my one friend 4 times, when was the doctor gonna come out and talk to us? And she said 4 times, she already has. It was a total embarrassment to the hospital, himself, and my friends. When my daughters found out that he was drunk, one of them sent you a letter, an email. Did you get that?
I will indicate that something sparked my my memory, and so I pulled it up, and I will read into the record what the communication says. I am writing regarding my father, Daniel C. Fay, who was recently arrested for leaving the scene of an accident. I want to begin by acknowledging and respecting the work your department does to keep the community safe, and I fully understand the seriousness of this matter. This is addressed to both himself and the police chief, and that's who that's referring to, I presume. If you review my father's history, you will see multiple prior incidents involving drinking and driving, along with other concerning behaviors. Unfortunately for him, as long as I can remember, my father has struggled with chronic alcoholism. I've always tried to extend empathy to him due to his military service and the PTSD he has endured, but at this point, his drinking has become dangerous both to himself and to others. My greatest fear is that he will eventually harm someone, either a loved one or an innocent person on the road. I am not certain what the best solution is, but I believe something must change, whether it is through mandatory probation with an alcohol tether, regular breathalyzer testing, or even time in jail to force a period of sobriety. Some form of intervention is necessary. I felt compelled to reach out after a recent incident where my mother was undergoing major surgery. I was unable to attend because I live in California, where I am opening a business. My father, however, showed up to the hospital intoxicated and remained that way throughout the day. He has continued to drink and drive since. I share this information not to punish my father further, but in the hope that it may help bring about change and relieve some of the burden my mother is carrying. Thank you very much for your time, understanding, and consideration of this matter. Sincerely, in your daughter's name. So, Mr. Serrano, the court did receive that, and that's the entirety of the letter that just read into the record.
My other daughter
Thank you.
contacted the police lieutenant because she was concerned that he was driving, because we live across the street from Washington Elementary and school is in session. At this point, I feel that what the probation person recommends to you is just a slap on his wrist. He's been drinking nonstop for 40 years. This is I mean, you can look at his record, you can see how far back it goes. Something has got to be done now, because last time he had a drinking episode when his best friend died, he wanted to go out and get more booze. We tried to stop him. He threw me against the kitchen counter. My daughter threw him over the counter to get him away from me. So whenever my husband is drunk, I stay away from him, because when he did that, I was bruised from my neck all the way down to my pubic area, and my ribs were all bruised, and I ended up in the hospital as an abused, I wasn't an abused wife, but it was a domestic violence. When the police did come in the hospital and talk to me, and I thought maybe it was just because his best friend died. I don't know. But when he is drunk, I stay away from him. And what he does is he comes home from his morning or whatever. He goes upstairs to his bedroom. He has a television up there. He smokes in there. He drinks in there. He passes out in there. And then he might wake up for lunch or dinner.
Okay, and so have you taken any steps to have Mr. Fay relocate from the property?
We have a house up north in Clarendon, and I feel that, when he comes back from Betty Ford, that he should go up there and live by himself in that house. My daughter is an hour away from there in Elwell, so she can check up on him if he needs something. There's a fire department, there's a police department, there's an ambulance, there's a hospital. She's got everything he'll probably need. But if you put a tether on his car so that he can only drive it if he's sober.
Okay, I appreciate your input, ma'am. And because that does give the court a lot more insight than what the court had prior to this matter.
I told Mr. Fay that I love him dearly, but I told him I'm done. I've been doing this for years. And this time I'm sick and I'm done.
Counsel?
Well, Your Honor, first and foremost, Ms. Vargo was not a victim. She wants the court to rectify somehow 40 years of what she considers past bad acts of my client in this one encapsulated sentencing. That's not going to happen.
Well, counsel, let me just interject for a moment. It doesn't appear as though she wants the court to rectify 40 years of behavior of your client. What the court took it as is she's giving the court a very small snapshot of the concerns that she has that have culminated over the last 40 years. So I just want you to understand that that's what the court heard from that.
I don't think the court should entertain anything about it, and they should interlock or the like, because this is not a drunk driving case either. It's failure to report an accident. There's no evidence that alcohol was involved.
Well, counsel, that's not accurate. There in the police report itself, your client admitted to having consumed half a pint and was going to the store to get more alcohol. And then and that's when the accident occurred, when he hit the sign. So alcohol was 100% involved in this matter. And I understand your client received the benefit of the doubt, and it was amended to fail the report based upon your zealous advocacy of your client.
And Your Honor, yes, I meant to say this is not a drunk driving case. Alcohol may have been involved, but every bar is a parking lot. Drinking and driving is not in and of itself illegal. So, having said that, Your Honor, we give in the court's discretion. Give him random testing. Give him strict rules regarding no consumption of drugs or alcohol not prescribed. Those are everyday occurrences that this court has given in the past in cases like this and others. Your Honor, but something to suggest he should move out and the like. I mean, these are not things that the court has jurisdiction to control. So I understand she's trying to give you a snapshot of what's it like having to live with Mr. Fay. But, you know, that goes both ways. He's his own man now. He's not married anymore to her. He's not disputing the restitution of the $150. He will pay the court's fines and costs. But we ask the court to adopt the recommendations as they are, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. And yes, Mr. Fay is his own man, and Mr. Fay can certainly relocate, but he chooses not to. I mean, they've been divorced for a number of years. 16 years, I think. No, wait, 13 years you've been divorced, but he hasn't moved out. But in any event, Mr. Fay, I'm going to ask you one more time. When's the last time you consumed alcohol?
2 days ago.
Okay. Because my concern is that given your history of alcohol use, that for you to stop using altogether, right, that you would likely need some medical supervision. So to say that you haven't had anything to drink since this offense, I didn't really believe that when you first said that to me, just so you're aware, right? So, sir, what is your plan to address your alcohol addiction?
Well, it's starting until I can get scheduled for outpatient therapy and inpatient therapy at Betty Ford. 10 to 8. I have all the schedule for a local Wyandotte, Southgate area.
That's a good start.
Okay.
You already made phone calls regarding inpatient?
I was waiting for the results of this, your jurisdiction.
Let me
I know that one of the penalties could be jail time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be in jail or not.
Well, let me be clear, sir. If you have to relocate for inpatient treatment, the court would not stand in the way of that.
Well, I would fly to the treatment centers. One's in Minnesota and one's in Florida, which I've been to each one before.
Counsel, is your wife or is your client interested in a veterans treatment court? I think this would be a very good resource for your client.
Let me just.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard of the veterans board through, Downriver for Veterans. And I don't know exactly what they do or how they help.
Well, I told him it's a more intensive focus to being for veterans. You have things in common with people that attend and also address his needs, whether it be inpatient, outpatient, the like. So I think it's a good fit, Your Honor, but we didn't, of course, discretion.
So let's do this. Let's adjourn the sentencing so that you can have a screening with the treatment court
Okay.
to determine eligibility. Yes, Veterans Treatment Court.
Where does that, will that be transferred to, Your Honor?
That'd be 28th District Court in Southgate.
Oh.
Yes, because you live local, right? So yes. In the meantime, the court's going to amend the bond condition, not amend the bond. The court's going to add a condition of an alcohol tether. Okay? We're going to make sure, sir, we're going to help you in not consuming alcohol. If you feel as though you need medical assistance, then you can certainly go to the hospital for supervision or whatnot, but the court's going to order an alcohol tether.
And does the court provide that tether or do I have to purchase it?
No, what will happen, sir, is the court's going to, you're going to go down to Wayne County Jail. It's going to be walk-in and you're going to have the alcohol tether. Okay?
On my
It'll
person?
be on your ankle. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So he's not going in custody, Your Honor. He's going voluntarily, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Sir, just let me give you fair notice. So when you get down there, they will test you. And if they detect any alcohol in your system, they will take you into custody.
Okay.
If after you have the tether on and they detect any alcohol, they will come to where you are and they will arrest you and you'll be taken into custody and you will be housed in the Wayne County Jail until your next court date.
Okay.
Okay, so
So the tether can detect alcohol in my system.
absolutely
Okay.
right.
Never heard of that.
Don't drink.
Yes, so that will also protect, for any driving, right? The court's not going to enter that because the alcohol tether will accomplish that.
Correct.
Okay,
Well, if I drink again, I'm going to jail.
yes. And if you try to tamper with the tether, right, that's also another, you're correct. You're correct. So you're going to go over to probation. And then you're going to get the information regarding getting the tether. It will likely be tomorrow that you'll go get it. I don't know that you'll be able to go in today. Again, they will test you.
Okay.
If they detect anything, you're taken into custody. So if you want to remain out of jail, sir, that is 100% in your court.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Probation will also give you the information regarding your next steps as it relates to communication with the Veterans Treatment Court. Okay,
Is there a third sentence state, Your Honor?
you're going to get that from probation.
I see. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. On record, the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Natasha Allmer, 251328.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing with my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
Okay, and Ms. Alma,
Yes.
your name for the record, please.
You're done.
Natasha Alma.
Okay. And the court will waive the whole meeting. Enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. For this matter, for pre-trial, September 17th at 10:45 a.m. As to bond.
Your Honor, as bond, my client's currently 45 years old. She normally resides in Montrose, but she was staying with her mother. Unfortunately, they had a disagreement, so she's no longer at that place. But she indicates she can stay with a friend in Lincoln Park. Financially, she hasn't worked in some time, but she does receive assistance through food stamps and Medicaid. I think financially it would be very difficult for her to take care of any monetary bond. So considering the nature of the case and per her dialogue is not on probation or parole, we would respectfully request the leniency this court could consider. Thank you.
Okay, so, ma'am, if you're in a test right now, what's in your system?
Nothing. I am currently drug free. I went to the bar with some guy creep last night and I stumbled. There was a traffic stop. And when I turned the corner, I ran off out of the bar because I was with a creep. And when I turned the corner, there was a traffic stop of these officers. I stumbled on the sidewalk, fell on my knees, and the police picked me up and handcuffed me and put me in jail for public intoxication.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason, ma'am?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason?
No,
And you're not on probation or parole anywhere?
no, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, do you work?
I am currently unemployed
And why aren't you working?
because me and my mother had a disagreement. She kicked me out and I'm currently looking for employment at the moment.
Ma'am, when's the last time you were employed?
2017.
So have you and your mom been fighting and kicked out since 2017?
No, my mother just let me and my mother just got,
Yeah. Stop.
we've never gotten along. This is
Yeah.
recently.
Stop, please. My question is, why aren't you working? You haven't worked in 8 years. Why don't you work?
Because my husband was taking care of me.
All right. And how long have you been down in Wyandotte, man?
How long you been in Wyandotte?
Like less than a month.
Who do you live with up in Montrose?
Yeah. Okay.
My father and my two children. Me and my two children stay with my father because my husband is not a good person.
Okay.
Well, why don't they stay with you, man?
Because they go to school and have sports up there. I was staying with my mother for a minute down here, and she kicked me out and won't take me back up north. My dad, he is older and he doesn't do much driving.
How old are your children?
16 and 15.
And so you haven't supported yourself in 8 years, nor your children, I presume.
Their father takes care of them.
Well, here's what we're going to do. Given the nature of the charges, your lack of stable ties here to the community, and taking into account your criminal history, the court's going to order a $3,500 10% bond. You're not to be released from
Drunk and disorderly?
Excuse me.
Drunk and disorderly? Do you know how ridiculous
Stop talking. I'm speaking, so do not interrupt me. I've indicated the reasons for my bond on the record. You don't have any stable ties to the community. You have criminal history, which involves consumption of alcohol as well. You're not currently employed, so there are still no ties to the local community. And we want to ensure you're going to appear in court and you're going to comply with this court's order of not possessing and consuming any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. In the event you post bond and not to be released without a GPS and alcohol tethered to the Wayne County Jail. We'll see you back at your pretrial. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is the People versus Charles Denkins. I'm sorry. We have 251160. There are multiple other cases, 252375, 252421, 193992, 252331, 200434, 200418, and 2000419. Counsel,
Todd Barron appearing on behalf of Mr. Denkins. He is appearing by video from the Criminal Justice Center, Wayne County facility, Your Honor. For starters, it does appear that Mr. Denkins was interviewed by Dr. Toplin at the Forensic Center, who conducted an evaluation with regards to competency to stand trial. Dr. Toplin's opinion was that Mr. Denkins is competent to stand trial at this time, and we are agreeing with that opinion and stipulating to competency for today's proceedings. I have pre-tried it with the city attorney and discussed it with my client, and he's agreed to plead on one count of larceny on 25-1160 and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia on 25-2332. Balance of the charges being dismissed.
all right, Mr. Denkins, you understand everything your attorney just said?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, and you understand that the larceny charge, that is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500 or 3 times the value of the property. And the other matter, the paraphernalia case, that's also a misdemeanor. And that is also punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand both things.
Okay, and did you go over your constitutional rights with your attorney
Yes,
that are
yes,
outlined on this advice of rights form?
yes, Your Honor, I told him he could sign it for me.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you give your attorney permission to sign your name on that form?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Mr. Denkins, you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty, you'll be waiving the trial rights listed on that form. There will be no trial of any kind.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
You understand if you're currently on probation or parole and you enter a plea of guilty, it could be a violation of your conditions.
I'm not, Your Honor.
All right, and if you're not a citizen of the United States and you enter a plea of guilty, it could have immigration consequences up to deportation. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I'm an American citizen, Your Honor.
All right, knowing all of that, sir, how do you plead to the charge of larceny that's alleged to have occurred in the city of Taylor on 4/24/25?
I plead guilty as charged, Your Honor.
Is anyone forcing you to get you to plea? And I'm going to ask, you know what? Let's simplify this. The other charge of drug paraphernalia that's alleged to have occurred on July 24th of 2025. How do you plead on that case?
I'm guilty of that, Your Honor. I was on drugs.
All right. Has anyone forced you to get you to plea on either of these cases?
No, ma'am. Nobody has, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea agreement to get you to plea?
No, ma'am. I'm guilty and I'm very sorry.
All right. Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. And I'm truly sorry. I was strung out.
All right, sir. I have to ask you all these questions before I can accept your plea. All right, sir. Were you in the city of Taylor at Home Depot on 4/24/25? So April 24th of 2025?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And while you were in the city, did you go into Home Depot on that day?
I did, Your Honor.
All right. And did you take some property that wasn't yours?
I took a toolbox, Your Honor.
All right. And did you pass all points of sale with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you do it with the intent to steal that property or deprive the owner of their property?
I did, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you satisfied with the factual basis on that case, Mr. Barron?
Yes.
All right, then, sir, on the date of July 24th of 25, were you in the city of Taylor on that date?
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
All right, and specifically in the area of 9018 Telegraph, did you have
Yes.
some contact with police on that day?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And did you have something in your possession, some paraphernalia you weren't supposed to have?
I had a crack pipe, Your Honor.
Crack pipe. Satisfied with the factual basis, counsel?
Yes, defense is satisfied.
All right, I'll accept that plea as well. All right, so both pleas have been accepted. Has he been in custody on this case since August?
I believe August the 7th when that was,
Yeah.
I believe he has been in custody. The balance, my client has indicated he's obviously been forthcoming with regards to the plea process, Your Honor, acknowledges problem with drugs, alcohol. The forensic report indicated prior to incarceration, he was drinking a fifth of alcohol a day. He wants the court to consider helping him get into a sober living. He's sober now, and he says he's feeling very well and he's stable on his medication. His concern if he's simply released, he's not going to have the resources to find a sober living environment and continue services.
I can have you, Mr. Denkins, I can see if probation will meet with you. And we can set a sentencing date in a week and see if you're eligible for treatment court. I don't know enough about you to know if you were, but that's a program that would certainly help you.
I think he would
Or they
benefit
can
either from
help-
treatment court or Judge DiSanto's wellness court. In any event, he wants to try to get himself into Salvation Army or Oak Brook or someplace where he can be stabilized.
All right, so here's what we'll do. I'll make a note for probation to try and set up a meeting with you at the jail as soon as possible. Hopefully this week or late next or early next week, so that you can, I mean, I don't know if they can do it today. So, but we'll try and set up a meeting, Mr. Denkins. You can meet with them and they'll see if they can find you a bed, get you into mental health court, get you into treatment court, and see if there's any options for you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you so much for the help. I appreciate it.
Oh, you could do it if you're ready.
I'm done with drugs. I'm gonna stay sober. I got to, or I'm gonna die. I only got one kidney and it ain't working too well.
Well, Mr. Denkins, I agree with you. You're going to die if you keep doing what you're doing. So, and you got a shot, you got a month of recovery or sobriety right now. It's a good starting spot. Are you getting Vivitrol or Suboxone in the jail?
I'm gonna be getting Suboxone in December because I had to be on something. I'm getting a Fexure and I'm getting a couple other medications. And the thing is this, Your Honor, I just found a couple of different things that are helping me stay clean. I've been in here for a couple months now, and like I don't want to just take jail time, because if I do that, then I get out and I don't have nothing. And if I can get into a program or a treatment center, hopefully on a GPS tether, so that way I can prove where I'm at, so I can try and get my life straight. I was from like 2016 to 2020. I did really well. I ran my own company and I had everything going good for myself. But I relapsed, and when the pandemic happened, it put me out of business. Anyways, that's a long time ago, and I just would like to go to like either like my lawyer said, either the Salvation Army or something like that, where I can, because I don't have any family. Everybody is dead, Your Honor. They all passed away, and I don't have help.
Mr. Denkins, we're gonna see what we can do, okay? I think you. Listen, Mr. Denkins, I mean, it says a lot when someone tells me don't let me out of jail yet until there's a plan. So let's
please
figure out a plan.
I won't have anything. I'll be out there getting high within a day or two.
All right, we're gonna figure something out, Mr. Denkins, okay?
Right,
I'm gonna
thank
give
you.
the probation, reach out to the jail. I'll walk your files down today. And all the other remaining files are dismissed, okay?
Thank you so much. And when we do all this, can I please get on the? I did mention this to my lawyer, but can I please get on a GPS tether so that way everybody knows?
We're going to figure that out. You're going to talk to the probation department. We're going to come up with a plan for you, sir.
I'll figure something out. All right, just take a breath. The probation department will meet you on Zoom soon. We'll try and get that set up right away, okay?
I'll do whatever they say.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.